Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities Podcast. I'm your host, Melvin the Crimson Taurus, and unfortunately, Neima can't be here for this show. She's doing her own thing in fashion, and get this, guys, she's actually created a couple of bikinis, so be sure to support her and check her out on Instagram, links in the description. Now, as you know, if I'm doing an Unexplained Possibilities podcast, I am not alone. And as you guys no doubt already know, if you can read, and if you can't, well, you're about to know, returning from the snortex for a redo, that Mothman-loving blonde bombshell and the first lady of pig roach lore, please welcome back Indrid Cold.
Hello. Thank you. I like being here. It's a cool place. It smells nice. It smells better than what I'm used to. So.
Oh, well, I have to know, what are you used to? What smells are you around?
The snort fort, the snortex. It stinks there, all right?
Yes, old grease and pig waste, mold.
Yeah, we got the snort sack secretions.
Yes.
It's gross.
And old McDonald's.
Old McDonald's, yes.
No, that's...
And Japanese curry, or whatever it is he likes.
And as usual, people are like, wait, what's the snort text and the snort fort? What is this? Well, hey, it's for us to know and you to hopefully never find out. If you're smart, stay away. You don't want to get sucked in there.
No, it's hard to get out if you ever can. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go over there. It's bad.
But thank you for coming back on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad to be asked. I like you. I like paranormal. It's a good combination. A
good combo. Okay. Well, you might not like me after today's show because I don't know. I might send a ghost or something to haunt you and be
oh my God, they scare me. Don't do that.
Which is interesting. Like, come on, why did ghosts scare you of all things? A ghost? Come on.
I don't know. It's like I'm not really sure what it is, but I guess maybe the fact that you can't really do anything about it. I know there are things you can do. Maybe I should read about them and prepare myself, but you can't touch them. You most likely can't speak to them. It's very scary.
Okay, so it's scary in the sense of you have no idea how to protect yourself from it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's so funny because it's the opposite for a lot of witches and occultists. They're fine, of course, with dealing with various spirits, ghosts, demons, angels, whatever. But you know what they're scared of?
What?
Aliens.
Okay. I get it. And there's a part of me that is very scared of that. But, like the fascination, I want to see it.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
And I know, true. And I guess, then the question comes up, how would I protect myself from that? Maybe I could run away?
No, you can't. It's no getting away from them. No.
Well, okay. Oh.
No.
Damn it.
But that's actually the precise reason why the occultists and witches and them, they're afraid of aliens, because you could do some sage and chanting to get rid of a spirit or whatever. Can't do that with an alien. Something that is on this physical plane with us that is highly advanced, can pop up at any time. It's just like, what are you gonna do about it?
True. And I guess it's kind of backwards in my head, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, but here's the thing though, because you are a bit more open to the alien thing, it might actually not be as scary versus you running into a spirit, because your perception is like, I'm curious, I'm scared, but I'm curious and I'm open to this to see. Versus some ghosts showing up, Indrid, heck no, I'm gone. You're gonna run off like Scooby-Doo or something.
Yep. I think that's very accurate. I'll get out of here, man.
You know, like that's what. Oh my gosh, I would pay to see that. Just some weird spirit and just. Indrid.
No. Oh God, no. My brother and I, the house that we grew up in, there we had a couple experiences, and it's just scary, confusing, and they never said our names or anything, thank God. But I, we just heard and saw a few things, and it's like, just remembering that feeling, standing there as a kid, like, what what do I do? What is this? I don't know. It's terrifying.
I can imagine. Now, okay, so you got to give us a bit more specifics.
Oh.
What did you see?
So there's one that my entire family remembers. We lived in a 2-story house in about 30 minutes south of Atlanta when I was growing up, and we had this room above our garage we called the bonus room. We kept all our computers and stuff in there. We had those old monitors with the really thick glass, and we're all just kind of hanging out on our computers, and we start hearing this like what sounds like, a fist or like knuckles pounding on the glass of my dad's monitor. And we all just sort of get up and then go and look, and there's nothing there, and it stops periodically, and then it'll keep going. And we're just like, what the hell is that? There's another, that's sort of the end of that one, which it was just confusing and like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Another time, my brother and I are sitting up there by ourselves. My parents are downstairs watching a movie, and my parents kind of run in, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you guys okay?" We're like, "Yeah." And they said, we heard a little girl crying and asking for her mommy at the top of the stairs."
Oh
we're
no.
like, "Nope, we're just playing games, guys. Like, I don't know." So that was a little confusing. And I do remember once I was washing my face in my parents' bathroom, and I look up in the mirror, and I see a very, very small child. She didn't have any eyes. She's kind of like flat where her eyes should be. And I remember the dress she had on. It was different colored polka dots. And I turn around, she's not there. Just strange things that it's like, well, what the hell is that?
Yeah, no, I would have noped out.
Yeah. We had a bathroom there when I was younger as well. It was, when you can just feel something in the room, and you're like, ugh, I don't like it in here. I don't ever want to be in here. That's the feeling every time I got going into that downstairs bathroom, and I don't know. I was convinced something lived in there. It was Indian burial grounds,
Oh,
or Native
Christ.
American. Sorry.
Well, you could say Indian. Look, I am not politically correct. I quit on all of that.
I know.
Someone got on my case because I was like, I'm sitting Indian style. You can't say Indian style. You have to say cross-legged. Like, well, when I was a kid,
style.
like, dude,
I know.
like, come on, man. Like, stop being so sensitive.
I grew up with this stuff. It's hard to quit. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't mean it.
So, but yeah, that feeling of being watched or you're not alone, you can't explain it. Oh, that's just the worst.
Terrible.
And then you're looking around. It's like, am I just being paranoid? Like, no, you're not being paranoid. You feel something.
Yeah, that intuitive sort of sixth sense that people have, it's very real, and not enough people trust it.
Yeah, and if we did, I think we would be a lot better off. Now, you know what this has nothing to do with anything, but
okay,
at the same time, I don't know if this happened to you, but sometimes when you're about to get hurt, like you're about to fall or just something dumb's about to injure you, and you know it's going to hit you and hurt.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like time slows down?
Yeah.
For that instant where it's like, well, I always wondered, is that like your sixth sense kicking in where it's like, okay, you have one chance to dodge this.
It has to be. I remember, like, very specifically when I was a kid, when we would go swimming, I would go underwater and like hold my breath for as long as I could until it like hurt, and I had to come back up. But I remember a few times where I had to like gasp underwater, and it was like slow motion. And that has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not just you.
Okay. I mean, I never get out the way of anything, though. It's like, oh,
No,
well.
no, you just keep going.
No, it's,
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost insulting at that point, where it's like, no, don't even toy with me. Like, oh, you have an opportunity to dodge this. No, you don't.
Nah, I don't.
No, we just want you to see that you're an idiot about to get hit here. So,
Yeah, I wanted to take as long as possible, so you're like, oh crap.
yeah, so
Damn it.
I often wondered about that. Okay, so
Oh,
just one of those things. Now, out of curiosity, in your bathroom or living room or whatever, do you have mirrors that are facing each other, or even a computer screen or a TV that's facing a mirror?
interesting. Okay, in that downstairs bathroom, it was a half bath, so there was only one mirror in there. It was only that one, but I do remember like a little hand mirror on the counter sometimes. And then in the what we called the bonus room with the computers, I remember every monitor facing none of them faced each other.
Okay.
And then the one time in my parents' bathroom, there was just one big mirror on the wall, and that was it. So I don't think any of them reflected on each other. No.
Okay, so no accidentally opening doorways and whatnot.
Mm-mm. But the area that we lived in, it was an area it was Coweta County, Georgia, and there were lots and lots of graves there. I don't know. That was just in my head. That was sort of the reason for everything. It was just like, oh, this place has way too much history.
Hey, it's totally possible. An old friend of mine, she lived near, or yeah, she lived near or around a graveyard, and she accidentally had mirrors and monitors facing each other.
Oh,
That's a no-no. And
interesting. I don't think I ever knew that.
oh yeah, because you're creating a doorway. Like, I don't exactly know how it works, but apparently that's how it is. And
Oh,
she had visits, we'll say, like things literally passing through and stopping. I think at one point she saw a small child-sized dark figure, and
no. Oh, oh
straight up said no.
no. It's terrifying.
Yeah, and she saw some woman, a shadowy woman that was just the outline of a woman, I should say, that was shadowy with it and everything. It's just like, oh no.
Ugh. See, that's part of like why that shit scares me. It's like, what do you do about that? What do you do? And I have sage, but in the moment, am I thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna run across my room and grab the sage? No.
No, you're thinking, get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
So, with the sage, a lot of people don't use it correctly anyway, which I think is kind of funny, because sometimes they'll light it up and they'll just leave it in that one spot. And it's like,
You're supposed to move it.
yeah, go all around the house, make sure you smoke yourself. And,
Yeah.
I tell people to go from the inside out, like you're actually pushing that energy that's there out, and make sure the doors and all the windows are open.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so a tarot client of mine, this happened about 8 months back now. He was dealing with someone brought something to his home, and it said, "I'm going to stay." Yeah. And I was telling him what to do to get rid of that energy. And one of the things, it's very basic, but it's effective, is sage. And I told him he had to make sure all the windows and doors were open and go from the inside out, room to room, and just push it out. It doesn't belong here. Say the Lord's Prayer, whatever it is you believe in that has some oomph behind it. And he said when he was doing that, all of a sudden, the window in this one particular bedroom got stuck. He could not open it at all. And then the door would close by itself.
no.
And he would open it back up and immediately close. Poof. Like, nope, not doing
Oh
it.
no.
Mm.
But he's
So,
okay?
yeah, he's fine. He
Okay.
was,
Oh.
because here's the thing, he was feeling very weird there and getting angry and stuff. And his girlfriend, she, because for whatever reason, she all of a sudden didn't want to do the sage or a few other things, the prayers and stuff. She didn't want to do it. Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when it was her idea to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And she was acting odd. She would hide and stuff. Like she was possessed or something. Not possessed, but at the very least influenced and affected. And he's like, what is going on? And she and him, they got into a huge argument. And
Oh my God.
it was crazy. But anyway, he did what he was supposed to do. And nothing's happened ever since. They're good. She's back to normal. He's good. So.
Good. Oh, that brought up I had moved. I live in Colorado now, and I had moved to Tennessee for a year for a guy, and yeah, this was about 8 years ago or so, and
Not Stevie Richards.
No, thank God, no, that was a blip, and nothing ever happened with him. Thank Christ.
Yeah.
No, this was just a sociopathic jerk that I ended up getting away from. But he had this weird old 3-story house when I moved in with him, and I remember just feeling bad all the time, like just sick, tired, all of it. And the house was really dark, like not in just light. It was just the feeling dark.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I did talk him into we got to get out of here. It's too much to take care of. I can't do it by myself. It just sucks here. I hate it. And when we were finally moving, he was at work, so I'd have to like pack things and move them a lot of the, during the day by myself. And every single time I would carry a box out of the threshold of the door, the fire alarm in the house would start going off, the smoke alarms. And the house, it did not want us going anywhere. It was very strange. It was really weird. And I get to the point where I just like, I can't do these moving things by myself. This is bad. The house is weird. I hate it. Please help.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and I didn't ever think of sage or anything. I should have, but
no. Well, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's just one of those things you don't think about. But gosh, I wish I knew you then. I would have introduced you to a couple of paranormal investigator friends.
That would have been so cool, actually, to see me like what, if anything, was going on there.
Yeah, because and the cool thing about them is they're very respectful, but they will speak to you and see if you're mentally sane before they even try
good
to.
People.
Yeah, because a lot of times, and folks, they don't like to admit to this, but a lot of times, it's in our heads a lot, and there are explanations for a lot of the things that go bump in the night.
Absolutely.
And we do have to realize there is a want to believe versus actually believing,
Yeah. You're absolutely right. So many of us, and especially like human imagination is incredibly powerful.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're really awesome with what they do. As a matter of fact, if you ever want to check out some of their past investigations, because they documented them, check out EVP. Oh my gosh, oh no, Ectovision Paranormal. That's what it stands for.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up now so I don't forget, because I would love to see that.
Yeah, Ectovision Paranormal. They're really cool. I had them on the show a couple of times, and
cool.
Yeah, we've
become
real friendly. Yeah, and they do high quality stuff. I mean, they've separated now. No, it's okay. They still do their thing. But Eric McGill, he's now with Resident Undead, and he does a lot of the filming and the editing. And he also does stuff with Dave Woolever. And if you want to check out some of the stuff they've done, then I did 2 reviews on it. Oh my gosh, and I can't think of the name of it. And it's
No.
come on, Melvin, you know this.
It's okay. We can think of it later.
Yeah, it'll come to me later. But definitely check out Ectovision Paranormal. They're awesome.
I will. That'll be cool. I enjoy watching other people do the ghost hunting. I've been asked a few times, would you ever do this? No.
Zach Bacon.
No, I will not.
You're not doing it. Come on.
Ain't happening. No, God, no. I have a very big fear of the dark.
Yeah.
I don't like being in the dark, especially not alone. So I know during a lot of ghost hunting stuff, you gotta, be there overnight in the dark. And no.
Oh, Our Haunted Minds.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of it.
Okay, cool. Let me go look that up too.
Yeah. So, they've only done 2 things, and COVID messed everything up, but 2 really good things. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Happy I remembered that.
Yeah.
No, that would have been embarrassing. Like, oh, well, I had them on. I talked to them and blah, blah, blah. I know these people. Oh, I can't remember their channel. Gosh.
Yeah, it happens. I think I do the same thing a lot.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, so do you sleep with a nightlight?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Hey, no shame.
I do.
I get
Nope.
it.
I have a light in the bathroom. I've got some little Christmas lights in here that I sleep it with.
You see, and nice. I'm fine in the dark. I prefer it dark. I don't like a lot of light. So
yeah, you and the rest of the people in my family, they have to have it pitch black.
Yeah, I am cool with that. Call me a vampire. Blood. I will suck your blood. Whatever. I want it dark. I don't want too much light here, there. Although,
yeah. I can't stand like super bright whatever, so I end up like the room I'm in now, it's basically a cave, but it looks the same during the day and night. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but I'm cool with the little night light here or there, so that's fine.
Nice.
But okay, so your fear of ghosts, what are your thoughts on demons?
Oh my God, they're terrifying, right?
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've ever played that game Mortuary Assistant.
Mm-mm.
You are obviously you've started a job as a mortuary assistant, but the guy that you're working for is sort of fighting demons back from this world, and it's just the whole concept of a demon is terrifying. They can take you over. They do anything they want if they have the means. It's just terrible.
Well, yeah, but you're looking at fantasy demons.
Well, okay, so then what are real demons? Then I guess I don't know.
Well, okay. So this is what I've been told, and from various people I spoke with. Demons, they don't really care about humanity. Like, they're whatever. I'll get more into that in a second. The ones that you should fear are the human spirits that had mental issues and were into drugs and stuff.
So those aren't demons?
No, those are... No.
Those are just ghosts.
They're just
human egos.
Human spirits, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the ones you got to watch out for. So if you're going into a mental institution or a hospital... That's where it's like, oh, they will mess you up. They're the ones who will scratch you and jump on you and all of that, follow you home. Demonic entities, we have to go back in history and look at the origin of the word demon, which is
Balrog. Sorry.
All good. Which
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah, well, something like that, yeah.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
The daemon, it comes from Greek and Latin for lesser spirit or something like that. Demons aren't evil. They're not inherently evil. They're just spirits doing whatever they're supposed to do. Lesser gods. And with the
Okay.
rise of the Abrahamic religions, when they were spreading out and trying to amass their people and get people to join the ranks, they use fear and change they demonize demons, then change them into
Ah,
these evil creatures and monsters, and only God's light can protect you from them, Abrahamic God.
okay. Yeah, all right,
and
okay.
and it's just something that kept throughout time. And with demonic entities as we know it, it's one of those things where you evolve with the time. So
Yeah.
they will cut you deals or work with you or whatever, but they're spirits of some sort. They are lesser gods or gods, depending on your belief system, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not inherently evil. They're, good, evil. It's a human concept. It's so
Right.
we can have some guidelines. With them, they just do.
Okay.
They are what they are. They do what they do, whatever that may be. And we project our energy, we project our thoughts onto them, and they show up or act how we expect them to.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Obviously, spirits is not my. That's not my level or my area of. That's not what I
No,
study
it's
most
fine.
often. Clearly.
It's all good. Don't worry. Like, to be fair, I had to speak with a lot of people and research it and to really understand, because it's confusing, because it's a shock where it's like, wait a second, I thought demons
Yeah.
were this big bad, right? And they just want to kill you and eat your soul. And it's like, no. I mean, they might want some blood for payment, but
Sure. That's just the rule, though.
yeah, and that's a universal currency. Like, angels will accept blood as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just a
Didn't realize
universal
that.
currency.
Huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
But so it's just, approach them respectfully and they will be respectful. But if you expect, I'll use him as an example, Belial, the king of the earth. If you expect him to be some 13-foot tall, snarling, dark beast creature, then that's how
Then
he's
you
going
will
to
be.
show up.
Yeah.
Because if he showed up in a tutu or something, you're not going to believe it's him. You're going to be like,
No.
what the heck is this? You're not going to have that respect or fear, nothing. So,
Fascinating. All this is fascinating.
and I'm not trying to present this as fact or anything. This is just what I believe. So I should
Sure.
say
But it makes sense, though.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like human imagination, it's able to project a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the human mind, though, because
Yeah.
you get enough people together and you could create an egregore.
An egregore.
Basically, it's a spiritual, a being that comes to life from the minds of a group of people. They give it energy and you pretty much birth it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's similar to a tulpa, but I think a tulpa is individual, whereas an egregore is a group, like a large group.
Yeah, I've actually heard of a tulpa before.
Yeah, tulpas are interesting.
Scary.
They can be.
Scary thought. Huh.
They definitely can be. Just like freaking poltergeists. Poltergeists are.
Oh. Yeah, that's the one that's born of like energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and usually people who are very psychically aware, but they're fighting that, and then they have some emotional disturbances, they will create poltergeists.
Yeah, which is that's crazy. Like I think I was watching like one of those shows where they reenact, the person's experience and that was one of these people's issues. Like you're psychically active, but you didn't know it, and also you got some emotional problems. Here you go. It's your fault.
Yeah. It's like, oh shoot, that sounds like something from what was that show called? A Haunting. I think that was
Yes,
the name of it.
yes, yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's exactly the show I'm talking about.
That's a great show.
Yes, I watched all the episodes and now I'm kind of sad about it.
Oh no.
I know.
Yeah, a
There's
haunting.
another there's another show. Shoot. Oh, Crimes of the Paranormal. Let's see. I think it's on Hulu. Let's see. Crimes.
Crimes of the Paranormal. I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh shoot, maybe it's not. All right. Well, what it's Crimes of the Paranormal. It's fucking good.
All right, I'll put that one on the list to watch.
Oh yeah, Out There, Crimes of the Paranormal. It is on Hulu. Yeah.
Okay. Out There, Crimes of the
Yeah.
Paranormal. God, I will check
Yeah.
that one out because you told me about the Hellier Files, and I absolutely love that.
That one's just so good.
It's really good.
They're supposed to put out a season 3, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, that it's been a while, so if they put it out, I will definitely be watching because that was really good and not like cheesy and corny trying to scare you. It was actually real investigation, actual like legit. They're looking for answers and not just pretending and going
No.
through the motions or anything. I love that.
Yeah. And that group actually made a movie that's on Amazon called The Unbinding, where I guess this woman, or I can't remember, someone had found like a doll that they had removed from the Catskill Mountains that had some serious stuff attached to it that they ended up having to unbind. It was very good.
Ooh,
Very
interesting.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. It's a good. It was well put together too.
So speaking of TV shows, have you ever watched is it called Bigfoot Hunters or Hunting for Bigfoot or something like that?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
Okay.
I like some Bigfoot stuff.
Okay, so what would it take for you to get out there and start hunting for Bigfoot?
I'm much more open to hunting for Bigfoot than hunting for ghosts. I don't know why, but if I had someone who had some experience and knows what they're doing, and I could follow them around and do what they do, then let's go.
Probably
Yeah.
because Bigfoot's actually tangible.
I think that's a huge part of it is things that are tangible. I'm much more okay with.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, so let's say you go out in the woods, take us through your process. How would you do that? I'm just as for fun. I'm curious.
From shoot. Well, see, I don't really have any idea of the Bigfoot hunting process. I know that that tree knocking is a big part of it. But from the sightings that I've heard, it's just people that are camping or fishing, and they end up feeling water splash from a huge rock that was thrown into the river or whatever, and then they're stalked. So a huge part of me thinks that going and hunting wouldn't even yield any results. It's just sort of something that happens. So I guess if I had to, you go out to a place where there's been a lot of sightings or supposed sightings, and you go start knocking on trees.
Well, no, it honestly sounds like the best way to catch Bigfoot is not to try to catch Bigfoot.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, just do your thing. Because I stand by this. This is something I will die on this hill. I swear it's an interdimensional being and it uses portals or something.
Yes, I think that's one thing you and I agreed very strongly upon last time we talked, is there's a reason that there are no footprints walking away, because there aren't any.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gone.
So
he's just gone, and there's a reason that it messes with electricity and why your car won't start or why your flashlights stop working. It's because whatever is happening affects that stuff.
Yeah, it's like an electromagnetic field or something that it produces, and it distorts things. I can't prove it. It's a wild theory, but I mean that's all I got. I think it's interdimensional or uses portals of some sort, and it's not necessarily native to this world. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. And somehow it's crossing over, and I don't know. God, I think that's part of where the curiosity overrides the fear for me is I want to know how that's being done.
Yeah,
I want to see it be done. I want the proof of that.
yeah, it would be something to see. Okay, so what
Yeah.
about your thoughts on chupacabra?
I don't know much about chupacabra. Like this is the South American
Yeah, well,
one,
it's
right?
kind of weird because it went from Puerto Rico to Mexico. So
Okay.
it crossed some water. Um,
Isn't it like a little teeny fella?
yeah, the goat sucker. And
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be the size of a maybe a dog, a little bit smaller than a average sized dog. And somehow it's able to suck the blood out of various animals and leave them just
It's
bleh, dried out.
it's terrible, but clearly, I mean, in it in any case, it could always be something else. But I tend to be on the side of that's probably true.
Maybe
It's probably real.
I know at one point they thought it was a type of vampire bat because
Oh yeah,
I mean it makes sense. It's like, well, this isn't, people have not reported it flying. They say it runs and has four legs or something.
yeah.
But the vampire bat's interesting because it, or well, maybe it's not the vampire bat, but some bats in general, they are known to go to cows and they actually bite them and drink their blood. The cows don't even feel it,
Hmm.
and they'll, like a
Yeah.
mosquito, and drink up and leave, and then
Right, and they
you
don't
see,
suck all the blood from it,
no,
though, right?
right, but maybe it could be something like that. I don't know. I wasn't a believer in the chupacabra until like a few years back when I was speaking with
Oh, it
someone.
changed.
I was speaking with someone and they showed me some pictures.
Oh no, really?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, okay, I think I'm now a believer.
Okay. Yeah, like I mean when you see these like three-toed footprints and stuff, it's just like, all right, yeah, that what is that? I don't know. Let's go. It's real.
Yeah. And so,
I don't know much about chupacabra, but I mean and it what I've heard there are enough unconnected sources telling incredibly similar stories where it's just like it's some I mean there are so many other weird things happening. Why not this one?
yeah, I mean, it's almost anything is possible.
Yeah.
And it's still so much about the world we don't know and cryptids in
Mhm.
general. I mean, it wasn't until I want to say it was the early 1900s or the late 1800s where the ape man, the gorilla, was thought to be a cryptid. People did not believe that they were real. It was like it was some
Gorilla?
giant, yeah, like a gorilla was a cryptid for a very long time where people did not
Wow.
believe in them, and it's like, no, this is not real. There's no such thing. And then they see him, and oh shoot, the silverback gorilla.
Oh my
Okay,
god, I didn't know that.
yeah. Gorillas were thought to be cryptids for a very, very, very long time. We've only really studied them not very long in comparison.
Yeah.
They weren't
So
thought to
then
be real.
that brings up thought, well, what if everything else that you and I are talking about right now is actually just real and we don't know enough about it yet?
I mean, it's totally possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a discovery recently. It might have been a spider that they discovered or something where it's like, what is this thing? This is a spider. This is a new species of spider. We've never seen it before. It's
Oh
like, okay,
god. I
and
hate
then
spiders.
another. Oh, don't. I am not a fan either.
They're the worst.
And then I mean, look at the freaking duck-billed platypus.
I
Ooh.
know, freaky little thing. What the
Jesus.
hell?
It's
Yeah.
the only mammal that's venomous. And not only that, it's only the males that are venomous. What the heck? Why?
Strange fucking planet, dude.
It is. It really is. So,
Yeah. Well, look at things at the bottom of the ocean, all right?
yeah.
Look at the damn anglerfish.
Oh,
That boy's
gosh.
weird.
You know,
Yeah.
there was a fish that washed up on shore. I don't think it was in California. Was it my state? I don't know. But anyway, it was a fish, ugly, dark looking thing that washed up on shore. And it's, normally at the bottom of the ocean. It wasn't an anglerfish, but God, Lord, this thing was scary looking. It was something made out of nightmares.
I
Oh,
want to see it now. Weird fish washes up on shore. Oh, washes up in California.
oh, shoot. It was California.
Hey. Catfish or doomsday fish? What the?
No.
Oh,
That was the oarfish, most likely.
Wait, is this? Oh, I'm gonna copy it, paste the picture. Is
Yeah,
this it?
if it's the doomsday fish, then it's an Oh, that's it. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, it's on Oregon Beach. Okay, Oregon.
Oh my God. Oh, that is nightmare fuel.
It's disgusting. Holy God.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna put a picture up for you so you guys are going to see it.
Football fish is a jet black bioluminescent football fish. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was it. Oh my God, I'm finding more. This is fascinating. I love it. Okay, there. I'm sending him the pictures to show to you.
I don't like this. I mean, but yeah, it's like, what the heck is that? It looks like something out of a nightmare. That's when you're sleeping and you're just running around happy-go-lucky, and then you see something in the distance, and next thing you know, you hear that Jaws music playing.
Yeah. That's something. Another fear. I have a couple of phobias, but one of them is really dark, deep water. And I think this is part of the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, heck no. You can keep that. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, it's got like spikes and stuff on it. Oh.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
But yeah, so it's just it makes you wonder, like, okay, so yeah, maybe these cryptids aren't necessarily fake or this or that. They're real animals. It's just for whatever reason we can't capture them.
Right. It's you ever seen that movie The Abyss?
Oh my gosh, long time ago. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where there are just aliens down there that have been there forever, but they're here.
They're here.
They're here. They're at the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
So just kicking it, doing their thing. That's what they say is in the Bermuda Triangle. It's some type of hidden alien base, and that's why it's so wacky.
Oh, man. Perfect cover, though. Just make people avoid you by having them disappear. I love it.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
It's very smart.
Come in here. You ain't coming back. Sorry. But
I'm kind of okay with it.
It is a little weird, though, how sometimes people gain time when they fly over the Bermuda Triangle or fly through it,
Right.
Quite a few people have said, like, I gained time. I don't know how this happened. Like, I should not be here now. So.
That's incredibly strange. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of those, like, glitch in the Matrix stories where,
yes.
like my mom had something similar happen to her. She didn't gain time, but when we were living in that house that I had mentioned earlier, she had gotten up, I think around like 1 a.m. just to go grab some water or something from downstairs. And I think she had like written something on a piece of paper, like a dream she had had, so she didn't forget it. She goes back upstairs and it's like 4 a.m. Just like, okay, just completely lost time. And that was obviously she got lucky. That's not one of the scary stories that I've heard. She just kind of lost time, but
yeah, that's insane.
Right. So like, what? It's kind of like thinking that's the Bermuda Triangle. What's going on in there? What's going on there? Like, is it an anomaly? Is it something to do with I don't know, like a Van Allen belt type situation type deal?
Yeah. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I know. I wish I knew. I want secrets, dude.
But I don't want to go over there. I can tell you that.
I kind of do.
Of course you do. So, take a camera with you. Film it for us.
Yeah. I just should have worked for the government so I could get all the secrets.
No, you'd be dead. You can't. You might have too big of a mouth. Guys, check this out.
Shit. Shit. I shouldn't have said so much. Damn it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
no.
already told you the story of that one guy, so
Yes.
uh
Yeah. What was the? Oh
no,
shoot.
don't say the name. I don't want that.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. But there is a movie about it that I was gonna watch.
Ah,
I'll keep it to myself. It's
okay.
okay.
Um,
It's
but
okay.
actually, that just reminded me of the Men in Black, and in Puerto Rico, it was a farmer
Yeah.
there, and apparently he had a run-in with the reptilian or something, and he had a machete and he chopped it up
Oh.
defended himself, and he had blood on it and everything, and
Ooh.
uh, the following day, he got a knock on the door. And it was some guys dressed in black, and they were like, "Yeah, you saw something, didn't you?" And the guy's like, "What? What are you talking about? Did you or did you not see this thing?" And
Uh.
he knew right then and there, play stupid. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see nothing. Oh,
That's
good,
his smart
good.
guy.
And what about the weapon used? And he's like, "What? What weapon?" And he gave it to him. I have no weapon. I know nothing.
Oh, smart man.
And they took the thing and they left just like that. And that was about over 30 years ago, actually, 40 years ago now.
Has he shared his story
Yeah, that's
on
how I
it?
know it.
Oh well, duh. I mean, God, that was a silly question, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he waited a very long time before talking about that. But
Man,
yeah. And
fascinating.
a place that you might want to visit is Stardust Ranch.
Oh, that sounds like a fun type of drug.
Yeah,
Um,
it sounds like a drug.
it does. That's where you go to do like MDMA and stuff. Yeah.
Well, Stardust Ranch, it's very weird because a lot of things happen there. Um, One person, like the owner, I believe he passed away now, but he claims to have been visited by interdimensional beings.
Ah, love that. Love
And
that.
he just so happened to have a katana,
Hmm.
and he slashed them up. He actually killed one.
Really?
And he sent the samples to a lab,
What
and
did he say?
the lab said that it was plant-like what they were seeing, and they couldn't exactly
Oh,
explain it, but something happened at the lab and the samples and everything was destroyed.
oh.
That
What? That's
Yeah.
so unfair.
It's unfair. So and then another time they said that they get visited by UFOs. Like,
Mhm.
people have someone that was abducted not too far out, and I don't know, just kind of weird. Then they talk about the Brillo Man.
The Brillo man. Ooh.
Yeah, and still to this very day, I have no idea what the Brillo Man is, and I can't find any information on it. I don't know if it's just something that they made up or what, but I have been searching and searching. But
Oh
apparently,
man.
it was a guy who would walk around the perimeter, and he said, "Yeah, I'm protecting you from the Brillo Man. Like,
Oh.
they are here and they will kill you and stuff." It's like, who's the Brillo Man? What,
So I
what?
just Googled what are Brillo men? Supposedly the owner before Bigelow reported seeing a large humanoid type. That's it. That's it. This is it. And then I'm just seeing a bunch of Instagrams for bands, and then like some images for like Brillo soap pads. What the? What?
Yeah, so
Ah!
yeah,
There's so many mysteries.
yeah.
Ah!
And then there was a woman who she claimed to be a witch, and she was doing a ritual there, and she said, like, you have portals that are here and there are spirits that are here and they're not happy.
Oh my
And
god.
she said that she sometimes you have a ceremonial sword that you use to cut connections and energy, and
Hmm.
she raised it up, she got struck by lightning.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What?
she survived, but
Good.
yeah,
Fascinating.
she was struck by lightning.
Holy God. And I had a very fleeting thought. It's like, why doesn't this stuff happen to me? I'm glad it doesn't. Very fleeting. Like, oh, I wish I could see some of this stuff. And part of me still obviously does wish that I could see some of these things, but ooh, brother.
Yeah, well, I go to Arizona, Stardust Ranch.
My uncle had a cattle ranch out in Arizona when I was younger. Not anymore. God, there's so much. Like my grandfather, he was pretty high up in the Freemasons,
Oh, okay.
and he died a while back. But he died before I got into learning about all this stuff, and I wish. Obviously, I wish he was still around for more than that reason, but I wish he was still around so I could ask him those things. And I wish my uncle still had that ranch out there so I could go. And like so much happened when I was younger that I wish I could go now and ask questions and see things, and with the knowledge that I've got now and the curiosity for all of this stuff.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
So many mysteries.
It makes you wonder, but yeah, Stardust Ranch is an interesting one. I know quite a few skeptics. They're like, "Oh, it's all made up and this and that," which it could be. Like that.
Sure.
That's the biggest issue with things like this. You can never prove it
No.
enough, and even if you do, it's always going to be some type of scrutiny. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Sure.
Stardust Ranch is. I wish I could speak to someone who experienced that place because it's something up there.
I'm gonna have to watch some stuff on that later on.
Oh,
And this stuff absolutely could all be just things that are spun into bigger deals or entirely fabricated, sure. But what's fun is the mystery,
yep.
and that's what I don't understand about people that are just straight up deniers of all this. Is like, let yourself be curious. Come on, it's fun.
Well,
Just do that.
I think they get a kick or they get off on being able to prove it's not that. They like the mystery of solving the mystery of this isn't real, so I solved it.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's the same. It's just different side of the spectrum with them. It's like
Yeah.
you have folks who want to believe and show proof like this is real, this happened, versus those it's not real, it's too out there, it's stupid, and I'm going to prove you wrong, and
Yeah.
but it's a symbiotic relationship. One can't exist without the other because you do need skeptics to
Sure.
keep believers from going too up in the clouds and out there.
Yeah.
But you also need skeptics to push believers to show like, no, this is legit. I know my experiences. I know what I saw and I'm going to prove it,
Yeah.
But then we also face that weird conundrum where neither side will admit to the other being right or not.
Yes. Yep. Exactly true.
So it's a very weird thing.
It's annoying, but I guess it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine with me.
It's just at times you want an open-minded skeptic, I would say, because
Yeah.
sometimes you can't speak to a closed-minded skeptic who is in their way. It's just like you want a believer who knows how to reel it back and listen to reason at times. So
Yeah, and that's sort of what I've got in Decepticon is the open-minded skeptic. He wants to believe, wants to really bad, but he just doesn't.
yeah, which is okay. It's one of those things too, though, where if it happens to you, oh yeah, you're a believer now.
Uh-huh. He needs to get abducted, and then we've got him. Got him.
So for me, I was never a believer in angels for the absolute longest time. And it was actually Unexplained Possibilities that sort of changed my mind and a little further. So I had a psychic on. Her name is Kelly, and she's Canadian too. Where is she from? Is she in Toronto? She might be in
Canadian psychic?
Yeah, Kelly, she's really nice, cute too, but really nice. And she and I were speaking, and I asked about angels, if they were real and everything. She said, yeah, they're real. I was like, wait, are you joshing me? Like, no, angels are real. They might be different than how we interpret them, but
Right. Apparently, they're very scary.
well, I mean, if you
Can be.
they can be, yeah. Well, I mean, look in the Bible, if something's coming up to you and said, "Fear not, for I won't hurt you," it's like, hey, what do you mean, fear not? Hold
Oh,
up,
now I'm
man.
scared.
You have nothing to fear, even though I'm the size of a skyscraper and 3 heads, 6 arms, and all that.
I'm scared now. What the fuck?
But
You tell me not to be scared, I'm gonna immediately be scared.
yeah, she was the one who opened that door to possibility for me, where it's like, huh, well, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so and then my own personal experiences with an angel happened.
Ooh, I
And
want to hear this.
I might share this one off air.
Okay, all right, fair
But
enough.
I will say that it made me a believer, and I definitely saw some stuff firsthand
Mm.
with my friend Bonnie. She's a witch, and when I was telling her about this, she's psychic as well. When I was telling her about this, the angel would go to her and say his name over and over and over, annoying her half to death
Oh my
until
God.
I was able to figure out his name. So
Oh,
yeah, he was
wow.
torturing her to get me to communicate.
Oh my,
Figure
how
out.
rude.
Well, the thing is, look, the thing is, I could be very close-minded. You know, you got that Taurus stubbornness. And
Yeah, no, oh, I know.
so it's like, all right, we'll just go to you and torture you half to death until
Yeah,
something
this
gets.
one won't listen.
And I still have this recording. It's on my other computer, but I still have this recording where she did a Ouija board session trying to communicate with them. And he was doing these various symbols coming in very powerful. And at first, she was afraid because she couldn't feel the energy. She was like, this
Oh,
isn't love and light, which I learned angels aren't all love and light. That's sort of a
oh,
misconception.
yeah.
And it wasn't dark, heavy evil. It was just neutral, very, very neutral
Okay.
energy. And it was communicating on the Ouija board and coming in very strong and hot. And I don't know, I said something or did something, and Bonnie reacted. And she's like, oh my God. Oh, and I was like, what happened? What? And it's just like, I just felt something on my thigh. Like it thumped me
No.
on my thigh. And it was like, it was a little painful, but then it wasn't. It felt like if someone had a very high fever and they pressed
Oh,
their thumb in you.
how strange. I think, and okay, going back to the ghost thing, like if something that I can't see touches me, oh, I'm out. I'm out. That's part of the scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I don't blame you.
No.
And
Oh,
and she was also she was getting beat up that session because it was also like feeding her energy as well, and it was hurting her back, and she was just like, ah.
oh, oh no.
Meanwhile, I'm over here just fine, eating some a cheeseburger or something. Like, yeah.
Having a great time.
So
Terrifying.
she was beat up after that. But yeah, that experience, and I might have actually told you a little bit, because I did see him, and when I was speaking to someone, and you know how when you video chat, you have your little preview window
Yeah.
and you can see yourself. Yeah. So I saw him over my shoulder in the preview window, and I reacted. I was like,
Oh,
what the heck? And I jumped and looked, and the person I was speaking with, they were like, what? You know, they saw my reaction as well. So,
yeah. Oh my God. That's so scary.
yeah. Well, honestly, I wasn't scared. It was more exciting for me. And
Yeah.
because it turns out I was not supposed to see him. That was just dumb luck that happened.
Yeah.
It was just one
Oh,
of those things. And get this.
Oh,
The
man.
person who I was speaking to, she actually had interactions with this angel as well.
Okay.
Because she wanted to feel something. It's like, come on, let me feel something. Show me something. Do whatever. I'm ready. I can take it. And we
And it
were,
obliged.
oh yeah, it did. I don't know what it did, but she jumped. And it was only literally less than a second. She jumped, her face went white, and she was like, oh my
Wow.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I felt it. That was, I don't know what that was. Like,
Ugh.
and she said that it was extremely quick, but extremely powerful. Like, the breath was just taken out of her. And
Oh,
just weird feeling. And it's like, oh my gosh. And she wasn't ready for it when it happened,
of
but
course not.
you know,
Ugh,
and she was like, I'm ready for it now.
terrifying.
Can you do it again, please? It's like,
I'm
no.
ready now.
Yeah, but never happened. It's like, no, you had your chance. Here you go. You asked, I did
No.
it. Done.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's a better man than me.
Yeah,
I'm
so yeah.
terrifying. Oh my God.
So again, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. I try to temper that a little bit, I because there's a big part of me that I don't know if you've seen the second season of Hellier yet. Did you watch all of it?
I'm I haven't started the second season yet. I got
Okay.
sidetracked.
That's okay. It's totally cool. They do an experiment where one of them, well, okay, a long time ago they did an experiment on one of their friends who was not a believer in like extraterrestrial life forms, and they wanted to see if they could either induce an abduction or bring back memories of one that had just been blocked out. So they get a hypnotist to try and do one or both of those things, and it's incredibly effective. He was either mentally abducted or it brought back memories of a previous abduction, and it's something that I am so tempted to see if any hypnotist, which it's kind of unethical to even ask them to do that, but I am so tempted to try that.
Yeah, I want to say they did something like that in the first season because I remember that where they were talking about it and they were like, maybe we should stop this
Yeah, I
because
think they may have mentioned. Maybe they did. It's been a while since I've
yeah.
seen the first season. You could be right.
But either way, it's those repressed memories coming back. It's like,
Yeah,
you got to be
yeah.
careful with that because
I know.
you
I
know
know.
you don't remember for a reason. It's mostly for your own protection.
I know, but it's fascinating. It's like, it's the scale of is it cool enough to know, or should I leave it repressed and in the dark?
Yeah, because I mean, chances are if you're in the US anyway, you're going to have interaction with grays and they're not the best looking things to interact with and
God, no, they're scary.
yeah, so now if you're in Europe or somewhere, then you might get the humanoid looking ones like the Nords or the Pleiadians.
Hmm.
So they look elfish apparently.
I've heard that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a friend that was apparently contacted pretty often, and I don't know where he is. I wish I could get back in contact with him, but it feels almost on purpose that he sort of went off the map and away, which
Hmm.
is a little concerning. But he would tell me how often he was contacted by supposed like men in black that he actually described them as sort of very strange, almost like elfish. They didn't look like they were really from anywhere on Earth, but they looked humanoid. Their accents were very strange, and and there was always a part of me that was like, oh my God, I want to meet them too. But he was always so scared. So I
Oof.
don't
Yeah, no,
know.
you don't want that. Like, I mean, you
No.
do want it, but you don't want
You
that.
don't, you don't want it. No, you don't want it. You want it until you really don't.
Yeah. So, oh man, that actually reminds me of an encounter that happened in Australia, and I hate that I
Whew.
can't think of his name because this is one of the more popular ones. And the guy, he got home and everything, and all of a sudden, two naked women show up in his bathroom,
Oh my goodness.
which, and apparently they were good looking. One looked a
Mm.
bit Asian, and the other looked Icelandic.
Ooh.
And it's like, what the heck is this? Is
Oh.
this a dream? And they were trying to get it on with them. They wanted snoo. And
Weird.
the thing was, though, they didn't seem to exactly know what they were doing, and he was freaking out, like, what
Yeah.
is this? And he bit off one of their nipples.
Ah! What?
Yeah. They didn't
What?
react or anything. They were just like, this isn't right.
Oh.
And apparently, like, he passed out and they left. And
Fucking interaction.
and
Wow.
it gets even more interesting. Like, he gets up and everything, and he feels some weird pain whenever he tries to take a leak and stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, why does this hurt? Well,
Right.
the guy was not cut. And
Okay.
it turned out there was a blonde hair
Oh.
where his stuff is.
Oh. What?
And he actually sent it to a lab, and it came back with a mix of things where it's like, this is some stuff we don't really know what it is. Like,
Oh. Wow.
yeah.
And like that's the part of me that's like, oh, okay, if I can get some tangible proof and then like go have it tested, then it'll be worth it. Fear. Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, hey, if two hunky guys show up and, in your
Make sure to
bathroom.
pull a hair off their head. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want them to leave, bite off their nipples.
That's good information, actually. I think that's good information for any situation, actually. Any dangerous situation, just bite their nips off. Come on.
Yes. Well, mind you, you got to remember too, though. And this happened to my first co-host, Rose. She spoke about her alien interactions and whatnot with Zeta Grays. And
Oh, okay.
what they would do to her, like she would be laying on her couch or something, or just doing whatever, and she
Mhm.
would see a light, like something from a flashlight or something, and she would look at it, immediately pass out.
Oh, interesting.
And then she would wake up, and a couple of times she woke up with her clothes on backwards.
Oh, weird.
And another time, the dog biscuits were gone.
Oh, weird. Did that it sort of brought back like a memory for me though. Like a couple of years ago, I sort of would just see like a light out of the corner of my eye, and I look over, it's not there. I don't see anything that the sun could be reflecting off of. It would happen at night sometimes. Nothing ever came of it, but it was just like, what is that? Is this
Yeah.
just something that my brain is doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing ever bad happened. And that was sort of it. But, I guess sort of just makes you wonder.
Yeah, well, I saw a light one time, and yeah, it wasn't an alien. No, it wasn't. I didn't pass out or nothing like that. For whatever reason, I'm actually protected from that mess. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I was in my old living room, and I was by the fireplace. It wasn't lit up or anything. I was on the computer, and all of a sudden, this giant, well, I say giant, I don't want to exaggerate, but it was a,
Big.
a, think of it like a small disco ball of light,
Mhm.
like sparkly, shiny light just shows
Oh,
up out of nowhere.
okay.
And
Okay.
the best way I can explain it is a disco ball, because it was just intense. It was sparkly, but it was like condensed.
Okay.
And I see this thing like a foot away from me. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, what the heck? And then it just popped like a bubble and gone.
and I was gonna say that was it. That was it. I bet, wasn't it? Yeah.
So
Oh,
I don't know what that was about. I will never forget it. And I only
and
saw it one time.
you don't live near because one of the interesting things about the whole Hellier series is that one of the places that they go to in Kentucky is right on top of one of the biggest deposits of quartz in the entire world.
Mm.
And on top of that, the Van Allen belts almost touch in this place. So it sort of magnifies things and sort of, different electromagnetic frequencies and things can do things to the human brain. So that explains a lot of weird sightings that they've got there. But for, places like where you are, it's like, well,
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Los Angeles, so
right.
No.
Right. So it's like, well, what the hell?
Yeah, and that pop, like, I swear, I felt the energy from that pop. Like, I felt it. Like,
damn.
So, yeah.
That's so interesting. Ugh. I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know that one.
Yeah.
What the heck was this?
Yeah, who's visiting me and what do they want?
So, yeah, that one it was something. So, and
I can imagine. Ugh.
yeah, because it's one of those things where you have to take a moment, where you have to sit down and take a moment, like, huh.
Huh. Who am I going to tell about this, and will they believe me?
Yeah, I mean, and that's where I'm lucky, where a lot of other people aren't. I'm surrounded by people who would believe me.
Right?
So
my mom would, thank God.
Yeah, okay.
Which I'm incredibly lucky.
Yeah, because the first...
My dad is not
those
people. No, it's fine. He's he's born in 1955, boomery dad.
Okay, yeah, because first thing people want to say is you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, yes, but that's not the case.
Like, yes, I am crazy, but this time, no.
No, it's real.
Like, come on, do it again. It reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Stan Lee, he said, he's not the Hulk, I'm the Hulk. And he tried to Hulk out and stuff. I swear I did it this morning. So, just...
Maybe if people stop looking, then it'll happen again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
I get you.
It's so interesting. You know what? I got to ask you this.
Oh.
Because I have no idea what this is. So,
sure.
You are one half host of Detractorbeam, and that's where you talk about the mythical pig roach.
Yeah.
What is a snood?
So Snood, it's actually an old computer game. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I'm okay, but you're asking like what is he?
Well, no, like, because I see the name and I thought, like, what is this, some type of slug or something? What is a snood? Okay.
Snood is a really old computer game that I actually used to play. I'll send you an image of it. But Snood himself, he is a little gray cat. He can talk and he's very funny, and he also really loves The Simpsons.
Okay. Well,
no, Snood is it's just an old game that it was actually a lot of fun to play.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I was way off base with this.
What did you think it was? Oh my God.
I honestly thought it was some type of slug or some weird creature.
Well, I mean, he is a weird creature, yeah.
Well, he's Canadian, but...
I know! What? Exactly!
But, okay, so, alright, thank you. Like, that has been bugging me since I first came across you guys. It's like, what is a snood? What is that?
I'm curious now, because I was looking on Google just now to see if you could play the game anywhere, because it used to just be like an online...
you're going to go on a nostalgia trip if you're able to play it.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah. They got like a bubble pop version of it. Oh no, they actually do. They have Snood Original. Haha, cool. But it's on mobile now.
Well, still, just don't get addicted.
Yeah, I'm trying not to spend my entire paycheck on it.
Yeah, I don't want you to become the biggest Hogan fan.
Thank God I'm not. Stevie Richards ruined it for me.
That is so funny. That's so random too.
God, it's very strange. My ex-boyfriend, I ran an indie wrestling company, and we got to hang out with some wrestlers, and I got hit on by Stevie Richards of all people, and he was a creep.
Okay. I
Yep,
mean, I got hit on by a porn star and
you
stalked
did.
and yeah,
Stalked by said porn star?
sort of. We never met in
Ooh.
person, and I was not going to meet her in person.
Oh, good.
But yeah, she had bipolar schizophrenia,
Ugh.
and she really, really liked me. And I
Ugh.
know sometimes it's every guy's dream where it's like, yo, dude, and not me. I don't really look, nothing against them working people in the adult industry. You do what you got to do, but not with me.
No, sometimes it's too much.
Yeah. Oh, and
Way
the
too
stuff
much.
stuff she was doing. Uh-uh.
Well, some people are too enthusiastic.
Yeah, and what made me more upset is she was a hot petite redhead, and I have a thing for redheads.
Damn it.
It's like, why? You're dangling steak in front of me, and I can't do.
Tangling a psychotic steak in front of me. Come on.
Yeah, well, logic beat out everything else. So,
Yeah, beat out.
but
Nice.
no pun intended. But I came across her because she was actually talking about aliens, and she was writing a book on physics and portals and blah blah blah.
Whoa.
And I just thought it was very interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah, won't do that
She was the
again.
wrong side of who you want to interact with
Yeah.
in this whole bubble.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
Well, that's
that
unfortunate. Damn it.
yeah, I mean it gave me a great story, which I did share when I hit 500 subs. So it is on the channel
Ooh.
if anyone wants to hear it. But
Oh, hell yeah. I'm
but
gonna have to go watch that.
but yeah, it involves Secret Service, Second Coming of Jesus,
Ooh.
aliens. Just
Love that.
I
I'm
didn't.
gonna have to go watch it. It's an interesting story though.
It is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe now it is for everyone else, but living through that is just like, oh God.
No, I know. I've had I did have a stalker dude at one point that I'd never met. We talked online and ended up sending me gifts to the point where it's just like, what the, like sent me like I had mentioned wanting to play like Grand Theft Auto 5 and I didn't really have a means to do it at the time. So he sent me an Xbox with it
Oh
and
shoot.
then tried to come visit me and I was like, no, no, no. No, we're not. No, I will call the cops, sir. No. So no, I know what you mean. That shit is terrifying.
Why did he have your address?
I think it was at a point in my life where I was, very unfortunate and I didn't really have anywhere to go. And
Okay.
he had helped me out quite a bit with,
I gosh. Honestly, I'm
yeah,
going
being
through
able to
that.
live.
I'm going through that same thing right now, so I get it.
No,
Yeah.
that makes me sad.
No, it's okay. It's one step at a time. But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It was somebody who was very helpful to me in a time of need and then just got creepy.
Yeah, they took it a little too far.
Yeah.
I get you. My other co-host, the current co-host, Neima, she dealt with a crazy stalker. And
Ugh.
I never said this aloud, but I'm going to say it now. Like my old neighbor Benny and I, we were going to figure out where this guy was and pay him a visit.
Shit.
So, well, here's the thing. I discovered that he was a huge nerd. Like when I say a huge nerd, I mean a huge. Like the dude played freaking Advance Wars, and
Oh God.
so he knew all the math numbers and stuff. It's like, oh my God, you're a chump. And
Yeah.
yeah, I was able to actually track him down and found his GameFAQs profile, and I was able to find his phone number and everything. I just couldn't exactly pinpoint the address, but
Damn.
we were gonna pay him a visit if I did.
Dang.
So yeah.
Nice. She's got good people watching out for her then.
Yeah,
That's good.
like this guy, he was a real creep though. Like legit. He needed a beat down.
Some people don't know where to stop, and that's even scarier than the ghost.
Yeah. So, well, oftentimes, occultists will say, no, humans are scarier than the ghosts and stuff. I can handle them.
Absolutely. They're terrifying. Oh my god.
Yeah. Unpredictable.
Yes. Ugh.
But, sometimes that's just how it is.
That's how it be.
Okay. So we are going to start wrapping up, and I'm curious here. What
Mhm.
would it take for you to be brought in a ritual of some sort, like a group ritual, if they're trying to summon Beelzebub or whatever? What
Oh
would it
god.
take for you to join in on that?
All right. So if I'm in a part of a group ritual, I need assurance, like real assurance that it can be stopped. I think that's just the main thing. It's like I need a group of people that I really trust. I need assurance that whatever we're doing can be stopped if we need to, if things go too far. So, I guess just a close group of friends and some real assurance that
Okay.
they know what they're doing, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. I thought for sure you were going to say, no, I'm not doing that. Heck no. All right. So we will be
Oh.
signing you up for something.
Oh, good. I don't know if I want to summon Beelzebub, but
It won't be Beelzebub, but we'll say, who's someone not? Oh, no, you don't want him. I was going to say someone
No.
worse.
No.
No, actually,
I
that's,
don't want any of the scary guys.
yeah, that's where people make the mistake. They don't actually know why they do what they do when they're
Yeah.
messing around with the occult and stuff. It's like, ooh, this is fun. It's like, don't do that. These
No.
things are real and they will mess you up.
You need a purpose, you need respect, you need knowledge, like you need all of those things. You can't just do it for fun. I mean, you can, but you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, just like freaking, well, you're aware of this voodoo. Don't
Yeah.
just try and do stuff without actually knowing. You're gonna
Right.
make those spirits mad.
Right, exactly. Knowledge and respect, I think, are the two biggest things.
Okay. So, in closing, what is something that you are absolutely afraid of, but besides the aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not afraid of the aliens, but I know you want to communicate with them. So, apart from them, what is something outside of your comfort zone that you are afraid of, but you do want to investigate and conquer and just see what it's all about?
Oh boy. I would say okay. I do have there is a little bit of a fear of the whole alien thing.
Okay.
I guess you know what? No, I'm gonna say probably a cryptid type situation because that's scary. You don't know what you're getting into, and of course, like yeah, it's fascinating. I am more afraid of something that shows up on my doorstep that I don't know what it is. If the Mothman were to show up on my doorstep and look me straight in the eyes, it'd be terrifying. I fully admit that. That's probably something that I'm scared of that I would want to conquer and investigate because there's so much mystery around that. Is I guess just any sort of cryptid and Bigfoot. He's terrifying too. So I guess investigating either Bigfoot or Mothman and finding out some answers and getting over that fear and standing in front of it and saying what's up would be incredibly satisfying.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned Mothman, I wonder if that harpy eagle I showed you was confused for Mothman.
I was thinking the same thing when you had showed me that. But the Mothman was so much bigger.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, its wingspan is 7 feet, so, but
Okay, that's huge. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's
Holy
pretty
fuck.
big.
Didn't realize that. Oh, God. It's a big boy.
So, this is a good spot to end it. Indrid, thank you so much for joining me again. Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for asking me. I like hanging out with you. You're a cool dude.
Thank you. And where can people find you?
Oh, if you are interested in another cryptid humanoid, I cover a man named DSP on a channel called Detractorbeam twice a week. But other than that, I stream games usually every other day of the week. Indrid Cold _ YouTube and Twitch.
And those links will be in the description below. And while you're there, be sure to follow Unexplained Possibilities on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, all those spots. Just click on them. So with that said, thank you guys for listening. And
thank you.
As usual, remember, there are things that go bump in the night. Go ahead and tell them hi. Bye, everybody.
Bye.